Hi, W0TM, Wodem with a quick video. Something I came across just a bit ago that kind of almost took my breath away. As an electronic engineer, I'm now retired, but I was in the electronics business, both as an engineer, business owner, various things like that for many years, including doing advanced research, pure R&D, which such a thing is still done by uh, organizations that have unlimited budgets. For me, I worked for the Atomic Energy Commission for a number of years and did advanced research that some of it is still classified and like whatever, that doesn't matter, but I'm just saying I do have experience in such research. This video, the title, and I'm not pulling any punches on it, Grow Biological Living Computers. Yeah, this is a major breakthrough. There's an article that I caught by leafing through my Kindle Fire in a magazine, not a high circulation magazine, but still a magazine, called, let's see, what is it? Engadget, Engadget. It's apparently owned by AOL. I'm going to subscribe to it, at least on their web version. It references that it was published in other magazines earlier, including Science Magazine. Well, I subscribed to that, but I can't find it anywhere. It references other magazines as well, which I will list down below, which you can look at and have links to them. So I encourage you to go read it. This particular article, giving full credit to him, is by a Michael Gorman, posted March 31st, 2013. His title is Stanford Researchers Create Genetic Transistors Make Biologic Computing Possible. Just let that soak in for a minute. Biologic means that it's living. I have been involved in, as I say, advanced research. I did that for years, and I still find it fascinating. I'm not what science, what politics, what the world's going to be like in 5 years or 10 years, but what it's going to be like 50 years, 100 years, 500 years from now. If man doesn't destroy itself by then, what is life going to be like in the year 3000 or even 30,000? It just can't even be thought of with today's limited means of call it brain power. But this, you'll just have to read the article, and the link is down below to it. They're calling them. This article is called the Boffins, Boffins. And by the way, when you read that, what is a boffin? Well, it's an English terminal or term for an engineer, Boffins. It's just a nickname, slang for an electronic engineer. They're building computers, but they're building out of living tissue. They have come up with a means to make a biological transistor, and they've called it a transcriptor. It substitutes DNA for semiconductors and RNA for the electrons in traditional transistors. Essentially, this transcriptor controls the flow of a specific RNA protein along a DNA strand using tailored combinations of enzymes. A computer is nothing more than a whole bunch of switches, millions of switches, just like a wall switch. It's either on or off. It's just how it's configured. And grown over the years, where they've managed to take like a million switches and put them all into an integrated circuit that is, like the size of the end of your or like the size of your thumb, and getting smaller all the time. They're almost at the point of making them as small as fast as they've almost reached the point of where physics says you can't go any further. They're not too far away from that. I have personally predicted, and I've done this, you can go back and look at stuff that I wrote 20 years ago, that eventually we would go to light-based computers where integrated circuits, transistors, so on and so forth, would be filled up with millions of lights all going from point A to point B. Well, having that happen, make that happen, and do it economically in the size of a integrated circuit so that the lights don't get mixed up. There's a lot is that even possible? I don't know. They've been working on that for years and not making a lot of progress on it. But I thought, yeah, that's eventually going to happen. And when that happens, the speed of computers will increase thousands of times because even using silver, which is the lowest resistance of any metal in the world, or any metal in existence, by the lower resistance, it allows electrons to flow at like 99+% of the speed of light. Well, that's still, if you multiply that times a million, you lose so much speed that it's very noticeable. If you were able to have, if a computer were able to operate truly at the speed of light or very close to it, a computer would become thousands of times faster and more computing power than you have today in the very fastest Cray, C-R-A-Y, Cray Research. They make the largest, fastest computers on the face of the earth today. You could have a computer that could, be in the palm of your hand that would outdo a Cray computer if it was all done with light. Well, what comes after light? I predicted that then you go to growing computers, and I thought I had said in previous conversations and videos. I haven't done one. I did one many years ago talking about this. That a computer that would be grown would a biological living computer would speed things up even further than light. Light artificially manufactured is not at the true speed of light. It's just a little bit slower, like 0.0001% slower than the speed of light, but multiplied by the millions of circuits in a computer, that really slows things down. So if you come up with a biological computer, the human brain is basically a computer. What you have between your two ears is a computer. And the human brain operates at something like, I read it one time, 100,000 times faster than a computer, or some huge number like that. Well, what would happen if you could grow RAM memory, random access memory, or ROM, read-only memory? If you're a double E, you know what those terms mean. If not, look them up if you care to. If you were to attach that to the human brain, that gets into areas of theology that there's going to be a lot of questions to ask in the next 50 to 100 years, or now it looks like a lot sooner, that humanity is going to have to face and decide: do we really want to get into where a typical person can have a brain power of 100,000 times more than the smartest person on the planet has right now, being able to do unbelievable things, and like for instance, remembering everything that you've ever done in life, be artificially or have RAM added to your brain that would be all known knowledge, like in the Library of Congress, and everything that's known, like for instance on the internet, Wikipedia. You take it all and you put it all on a growing biological RAM chip and inject it into the brain, and it's all right there to be thought of and looked up. It's both scary and amazing to even think about. Well, they've now apparently come up with this is not something new. They've had it. I remember in the 70s, researchers getting all excited because they'd managed to cause biological cells, small ones, change state from either a 1 or a 0, and that's all the computer is. It's either on or off. to be able to change it with an electronic or electrical pulse. But it wasn't repeatable. It was, it was just kind of an oddity. Well, they've apparently made some breakthroughs that make an actual living computer possible, but there's a long ways to go from here. However, this group of engineers has opened up, has given all of their findings to the world. They've not patented a thing, which is what happened way back when computers first came out. The people that did it did not patent anything. They just gave it to the world. That sped up computers, the development of computers by decades. And thank heavens these people at Stanford and probably the university itself made the decision to just make a gift of it to the world. So anyway, I'm going to put down a bunch of links down below. It's already appearing on YouTube. I'm not the first one, but unfortunately, when I found 3 or 4 entries already that were done earlier today, and all of them have views of like 10, 20, 0, just nothing. And I'm hoping that maybe I title this one so that more people catch it and it becomes viral, and it filters through more than just YouTube and shows up on other sites and so on and so forth. So encourage you to read it, encourage you to do some thinking about it. Please really don't want any just all emotional rants. This is the mark of the beast, 666. I can go on and on about that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm simply the messenger. I'm bringing this information to you. What you do with it, where you go with it, is strictly up to you. I'm adding my personal knowledge of being a researcher for years of pure research in electronic engineering, what could be 20, 30 years from now, 40 years, so on and so forth. I did that for a living, and I still do that as a retired engineer, looking at what might be in the year 2100. I did a video a few years ago where I said we would have living computers tied to the human brain by the year 2100. I said that in a video. Well, 2100, it looks like it may be a lot sooner than that. So the human race is going to have to be making some pretty, basic decisions about what we want to do with, this. Creating intelligent life, truly intelligent life, puts us almost on par with being a god, and that scares a lot of people, including causes at least concern with me. It doesn't scare me, but it does cause concern, and it causes me to do a lot of thinking, and I hope it does with you as well. So this is something that everybody should be following, and don't brush it off. It's going to be major news as time goes on. So read about it, and I'd be interested to read comments that you all might have. With that, it's W0TM ending, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.